It probably just makes sense to store it on there, to be honest. Could just store it inside usually, to be honest.
It is stored in science at the moment.
And it has an armory.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think. Yes,
Like, yeah,
yes, it
so
does.
it's on the ship. So Lazarus and Francis get suited up. Asami, you're being put into an exosuit. Luckily, you're not going on a microgravity world, though. This thing has full gravity. It's just a hazardous environment.
You have an exosuit that suits a 4'3" person.
Yeah, it's a child vac suit.
I thought so. It's probably
Yeah,
got
the thing
it's probably got
is,
Hello
like-
Kitty on it.
It's got Hello Kitty on it.
Vac suit, not a Vatskin, because if I got some money from the 3 paychecks that Asami got over 3 months, not 3 months, month and a half of internship, should probably buy vac skin.
All right, so you have a vac skin then.
Can you at
It
least
would have
tell
been
me? Yeah.
pretty difficult to get, but yeah, you got one.
Well, we help you into your vaccine.
It's still child-sized and has Hello
yeah,
Kitty.
Yeah, of course. How sweet. Kawaii desu.
Oh dear.
The damn weeaboo.
There's like a shot where Francis looks at his lighter as he's about to light a cigarette, and there's a thought that crosses through him. His mind is just like, man, if I press this button on the side, it will be over so fast.
It'd be over faster than she could blink.
And then he just lights his cigarette and walks off the ship.
Yes, there's a country of weeaboos. It's called Neo Japan.
Yeah, but what would have been Asami's like pay thingy over like the day, because I can calculate what I got total.
Alright.
Just
What
had
was
to
her
correct.
pay per day?
I don't know, you need to tell me that.
I thought I told you.
Nope, you didn't.
350.
Okay, cool, so I'm gonna calculate that. And normally in the book, Vaxkin costs 1000 credits, so you said that it's
Yeah,
harder.
you would have enough. You would have to spend a little extra to get it, like in such a small size.
And how much extra?
1200.
Yeah, just make it 1200 credits.
Okay, gonna include that.
Yeah, so I guess we all walk towards the military encampment, I guess.
Like, yeah, you see the military encampment.
Yeah, Francis spent enough time around military people. He goes to
And you just, like, you guys immediately recognize the French flag just waving above this encampment.
Hey, don't make those sounds, Lazarus.
You know I only jest. Lucy's part French.
They're not as French as me, hopefully. Well, there might be one who is. You might avoid him. I guess I go like to try and find like a high ranking or an EXO on site.
You try and find... Sorry, you can't... Like, my internet is crap, so...
Right. I'm trying to find like an EXO or a high ranking squad leader, basically.
Alright, yeah, so you find the commanding officer. One
Uh,
Corporal Beck.
That works. That was pretty easy. Ah, Monsieur Beck.
He just looks... Is like, are you guys from... Are you guys... Like, of course he's French, but I cannot... I'm not going to attempt to do
Come
an
on.
accent. I'm not going to attempt because I
Do
don't
it.
want a repeat of the Indo-Russians.
Disappoints me.
You just gotta do a weird flaccid R sound to lie.
Yeah.
Go, you gotta do your weird tongue thing.
No, I'm not going to...
Hey.
I'm not gonna do it. Come on.
French.
I know I'm lame. Okay, I know I'm
Ye-
lame.
I'm just
So
gonna
he
quote
just says-
something here. Lots of planets have a
He just
north.
says, Monsieur, are you part of the reinforcements?
Oh, yeah.
Not this time. They are coming, though. This is actually more of a personal visit.
Ah, what are you visiting about?
Actually, it is about you and your family.
Why? Is there
How-
something wrong with them?
How old's Lucy now, by the way?
She'd be about 13.
Yeah, I thought so. No, not at all. I actually have family here too, and on my were they always sorry, just real quick. Were they living on France at this time?
Hmm?
Were they living on France at this time?
Uh,
Where were they? Where were the letters addressed to, my dear GM?
they still live in France at this time.
Okay. My family actually serves in your regiment as well, but I was collecting letters, and I came across your daughter and your wife, and they were not receiving. There must have been some mistake in the space mail, because I have no idea what it's actually called. In the space mail, they were not receiving letters. I thought I'd do them a favor while I was in the system and record a message for them from you.
Ah, you've got some of that new hologram tech, don't you?
I do, yes.
Still prototyping. It works, right?
Perfectly, actually. This is actually surprisingly advanced. I got it from the exchange. I work for them.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. Unfortunately, they're nearly down, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
It's a shame.
Well, we try. Now, please, let me... Give me 2 seconds, I will be right with you, sir.
No problem. No problem. I'm assuming you're going to speak with your family here.
Maybe.
You just get like the man gives you a smirk and is like, well, either way.
I haven't seen them for so long. It is hard. You understand.
Yeah, I understand. I don't even
Yeah,
know
so-
what I'd. If I could record it, I don't even know what I'd say to them.
I have a few ideas to help you. I was talking to them.
Oh yeah?
Yes, don't worry.
How are they doing?
She's still visiting the park. She misses you.
He just says, like, he just kind of smiles and says, "That's good to hear." Well, not that she misses me, but that she still visits the
It
park.
is still good to hear that, though. I mean, what if she didn't miss you? Come on now.
You know you're actually going to kill her at her wedding, right? She's going to break down into tears.
Yeah, I know. That's what he's attempting.
Just such a cunt.
Not really. He'd be happy tears. In a way. Do you know her father didn't try to abandon her? Or we at least be able to accept his death in a way. So he pulls you to the side. And he says, we obviously can't tell him that he is about to die, and it would change too much.
Of course.
I'm going to try and guide him to certain subjects.
Right.
And then he is there anything you'd like me to ask him? Because I'm going to do this just by myself. I'd like to, anyway. I'm not entirely sure how much having a third person would mess with the hollow unit.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't know, really.
I have a few ideas. He comes to he goes over to Jean and says, "May I call you Jean?"
Oh yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, I'm not your commanding officer yet.
He laughs and says, Oh, of course. Do you have somewhere we can go private? As much as little sound as background sound as possible. It would
Oh
help
yes,
you.
yes. We have my tent.
Good. He takes them there, and I guess sets the unit down and puts it on record.
All right, so he kind of like sits in front of it. It's like, so how does this thing work?
I guess I guess he wouldn't put it on record. He'd like put it. He'd like scan the bod. His guy. He's there because he said there is a way to scan him. Yeah, to get like a full representation of the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. He like ask him like do like the whole like arms out 360 spin kind of thing to get a full representation of him.
He complies.
And then he says, now this is just where we talk. I'll ask you some questions and you will answer. If that's okay with you.
It's fine. It's fine.
Okay. And then he sits down and gestures for him to do the same.
Yeah, he'll sit down.
Is there anything you would like to say to Lucy?
Well, I mean,
Well, actually, no, he'd say Lucille. Because that's what Francis is like.
he says, well, I kind of want to say that I miss you, and I just want to be back soon, really.
Don't hold back on this. You know that this... Well, it could be a last communique. We never know what is around the corner.
You're
Please.
right. Well, I guess
Wow.
if it is the last day I'll ever see or talk to her again, I definitely want to say, at the very least, like, he begins, like, doing some emotional, like,
Yeah.
talk, like, he's, like, talking, like, miss you and
I
your
grow
mom,
up well kind of thing.
like, a lot, grow up well,
Mm.
because today could very well be the last day that I'm able to send or write or make any sort of message.
He
And
like
he's just
at that point, like when at any pause, Francis says, now, do you have any good memories with Lucy? Did you take her anywhere that you both loved? Tell her about it.
And like he begins talking about like times that they visited the park together, like when they'd just sit down and watch the stars.
Do you want her to get there someday? To the stars?
I mean, yeah, she'd love it for sure.
I know that she would. She seems like a kind of lady. Stubborn, but driven.
Very passionate, just like her mom.
Is there anything you'd like to say to your wife?
The same, really. Just take care, miss you a lot. And like he's starting to tear up at this point.
Mm-hmm. There is something I always thought about with my children, and I'm going to suggest it here. It sounds weird, but well, I guess my family was never normal. He like laughs at that and says, "Any advice if young Lucy was to get married?" Coming from a married,
he kind of chuckles and
coming
says,
from a married man yourself.
like he kind of thinks and like like says some stuff about like don't be afraid to it's like he's just giving off some like fatherly like stuff about just be who you want to be. Like don't worry about like any sort of thing. And he's like, and his like he is like kind of teared up, and then like kind of halfway through like this last bit, he's just like, you guys just hear an alarm start going off.
I guess like a raid.
Yes, that or
Oh,
something much larger.
one last goodbye.
And like he just says, like, miss you a lot. Hopefully we can end this and come back soon.
You're a man that seems like you'd never abandon your family. You seem like a good one. It is a pleasure to have met you, Mr. Beck. Monsieur Beck.
And you as well.
If you see a man...
Name? What's your name, sir?
My name is Francis Lesseur Marie Lebois.
Oh, you must be related to Zachary then.
My son.
Don't look much older than him. I guess you just age well, don't you?
Hey, we Lebois. We make it where we can.
He just gives you a smile. He's like, well, and like, as he's like about to say something, like, you just hear like a loud crash as something slams into the ground right outside the tent.
Mm.
So, since Lazarus is outside, well, since everyone else is outside, would we see it?
Yeah, it's like just like, if you guys know what like the principle of orbital bombardment is,
Yeah.
Yep.
this is just like a smaller version of the type of rod that they would like send down from orbit.
Francis like
Right.
gives him a shake and then like basically says, "I must go now. Fight well."
He just nods. Is like, yes. If you can, we could use your help.
I'm going to go somewhere now.
He just gives you a
Don't
smile.
worry.
Like,
But I will make sure this gets home.
I guess that is for the best.
And like he shakes his hand, probably comes into view of the hollow unit at that point, and then picks it up, turns it off, and runs off. And like shouting as we go now.
Oh, okay.
And then I guess they run back to the ship, I'm guessing.
Yep. That's, all
We
right.
hope, without getting attacked or hit.
All right. So yeah.
Has the ship been hit?
No, the ship has not been hit.
Yeah, fact
Yet.
that few kilometers away from camp kind of helps.
Yeah.
So eventually, you guys make it back to the ship. Like Gregory, like is there now.
Yeah.
He made it back before you guys.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Like he had no reason to be there.
Yeah. It like when they get on, he actually says to like Asami and Yuri mostly. He says, "It is interesting to see a planet from 15 years ago.
And she's like,
How
with a
things
slight-
change."
and like, ah yes, a very novel experience. Such. Yeah, because she also has like, apart from space sickness, she has a medical condition. So
Yeah, he like pats you on the back and says, "Miss Cannon, go to the cockpit, sit down, have a rest, or one of the rooms. Actually, you can take any apart from my own and
It's his.
Duran's."
Yeah.
Thank you,
So-
Francis, but there's so much to. Ah, maybe.
Let's go take some rest.
I reckon by now Laz and Lucy have got there.
Lucy? Oh, yeah. You got Turan's, remember?
Oh, did we? All right.
Yeah, you took Turan's room over, biggest one.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
'Cause
Well,
he was,
one,
like, the
because
captain.
Francis probably would have insisted that you guys take it.
Yeah, well, also Francis just took his own room back.
Yeah. Fair enough.
He looks at you and says,
Gregory will just ask you guys, where to now?
"Unless you have any more plans, I believe we should go home. And I believe there is a neutron star you need to collect.
There is. That's part of the reason why I'm testing this.
I also need to talk to you about that.
What's time traveling going to do to help get a neutron star?
To
Well-
get more of them.
Exactly. We can go back and collect them while they're still...
Oh, before they were black holes.
Well, before we collected them again, I guess. He's going to try and create a paradox, but hopefully with us not being peoples, that it will not create a significant
No,
one.
it won't be creating a paradox. We'll just be going back in time and collecting them before
Dear.
anyone else has a chance.
Well, the other ones, I'm guessing you catalogued sites of where they used to be.
Yes, that's what I've been looking for.
Hmm.
I've been trying to find ones that are still around. No luck there.
There isn't many.
Yeah.
And how exactly do we plan on collecting these stars? Have you got the necessary equipment for it?
Amelia?
She's not here.
Not now.
Oh, don't worry. I have the necessary equipment to collect star.
Have you made more?
The diamonds
have you-
themselves.
Have you made more modifications to my ship, Gregory?
No, nothing to the ship. And he just he pats his pocket and is like, I contracted some people once to make a tool for me that can... well, let's just say that it's a very, very compact tool.
I'm about to say, yeah. Is it a sonic device?
No.
Then my fantasy is ruined.
He just says no. Everyone knows that sort of technology is impractical.
It's a sonic spanner.
Yeah, it's like,
It's a
Yeah,
laser.
they can affect wood.
well, it
No,
wasn't
it's a
practical.
laser screwdriver.
No, it is not.
If I might ask, what is it? What is the device?
It's just... And he begins... He tries to... I don't quite understand the mechanics behind it myself.
I don't know.
And that's a first.
It's not like you not to know something, Gregory.
I know. I'm ashamed.
Knowing everything takes all the fun out of learning.
And he just nods at you, Yuri, and says, "You know what? That's a good point."
Francis looks at Gregory and says, "Well, I'm going to go to bed." And then he says, "Wake me when you need me," and then just walks off.
You just had to do that, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I'd already ruined the first time I could do it.
All right, so yeah. You guys are he asks well, I do want to know before we go anywhere else, is there any other time you'd like to visit?
You know you can talk, by the way, Rick.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm typing in something else. I'm not actually.
All right.
And oh, I'm sorry. I'm too focused on prison.
My life is all history, is all in the past. I've kind of left that behind now. It would Take me to 75 years ago.
All right. Any specific place?
Omega Station, outside Jupiter. And he gives a specific date when he left for the mission.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. I can.
Probably
do that.
Probably 2 hours before they actually left the station, because that would have been during prep time, so he can pull it off.
All right. So yeah, you describe that time and the place.
Do you really think it's wise going to see your wife?
I never got to say he says, she's not my wife and never was. She took my name when I died. That is it. But I never got to say goodbye. She deserves that at least.
Isn't she the mother of his children?
Yeah.
Yes. I didn't get to say goodbye to her before I left. She deserves that at least.
That wasn't smart, was it?
It was a rush. The mission was sudden.
So yeah. So same thing again. Physical effect saves.
Swear to God if I fail this
Oh
again.
boy.
Huh.
Yeah, I figured I
failed
could
as well.
I knew I wasn't going to pass it again.
How the fuck?
Yay!
It's just like vomiting everywhere.
Vomit party.
Like
Oh,
Gregory
shit.
Gregory looks fine.
Best kind of party.
Francis probably throws the middle finger up at him.
Puking,
Best kind of party. Vomit
puking
party.
ain't
Oh, no.
Ain't
I'm not
new thing for
actually
me.
saying that. I'm not actually saying that. Calm down.
Yeah. So. So eventually, you guys settle down. Like you guys are in the docking bay of the station.
Mm-hmm. Probably the public one, not the exchange one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't have two ships.
Just get blown up.
No, that. Just not
Yeah,
that.
you
It's
can't have two ships in the same bay. That'll just be weird.
yeah, once again, also two exactly the same ships, just different names.
Like that would be a paradox.
Yeah, exactly. Francis probably takes off his distortion cannon and hands it to Lazarus. I can't be seen with this. I didn't have it back then.
True.
I'll stay in communication, but I'm going to go alone. This is kind of personal.
Yeah. So first off, when you go exploring Francis, you're going to make a history check to try and remember the path you took, so you don't cross it.
Into wisdom.
That'll be intelligence.
Everybody should be required to wear masks
yeah, cool.
when time traveling. Just always. If you have even a chance.
All right. So yeah, you
of running
remember
into yourself.
you remember this day well.
Yeah.
You're just like, okay, I just need to avoid going here, 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 and here.
Well, for
at
Francis,
these
it happened.
times.
It happened literally 2 months ago.
Yeah.
So it's not that hard for him to recall if you think about it. This
It's
was
not that
literally
hard
2
to
months
recall.
ago for him.
Definitely.
Are you guys serious? I can't remember what I had for breakfast last week.
Hey, this is the day before he went into cryo sleep for 75 years. He'd remember this day,
I suppose.
like when everyone he knew died.
This was the day
So yeah,
that
he
Francis Lasserre Lebois died.
yeah, basically he yeah. So he goes to probably her room 2 hours before. I think yeah, I should probably go to her room. Knock on the door.
All right, yeah. You knock on the door, and like she answers, and it's like, Francis, what are you doing? Shouldn't you be in prep?
I've managed to finish that off. I realized that I didn't get to say goodbye to you. I normally do.